Hi guys, my name is Cameron Blankman and this is my Module 13 reflection video. So this is about copyright and fair use, and the first question asks, after reviewing the copyright and fair use websites, which area surprised you the most as breaking copyright laws or not meeting the fair use criteria? So I kind of knew like basically what copyright and fair use was, but not kind of confused me after I got done taking the quiz we took during this module, but after reading the articles and websites in this module and just online in general, some areas that surprised me the most as to breaking copyright laws or not meeting the fair use criteria is exactly what like that criteria is. So I found on one of the websites just exactly like some examples of this, so like copying a few paragraphs from a news article for use by a teacher or less to be used in a lesson, or quoting a few lines from a song in a music and in songs, or summarizing and quoting from medical article or different reports, and or copying pictures and using them from lessons. So those are kind of like kind of shocked, I don't know, not really shocked me, but surprised me the most, because this happens all the time and we see it happening all the time, and even sometimes I use it. So when I was reading about fair use and stuff, just meeting certain criteria, I didn't know you had to go through all that just to kind of, or to use some of it, especially as a teacher. As a student, teachers use outside sources all the time, and just to see what they go through, just to try to be able to use examples in their classes, really kind of interesting, and I didn't know all about it. So like for fair use, there are certain criteria you have to meet to use textbooks and other stuff for your lessons, so that would kind of surprised me as well as the Creative Commons too in this. The second question asked, what examples have you experienced where educators have broken copyright laws or fair use policies? Is it really that big of a deal? So some examples that I've seen as a student, like just from the examples I've read online, as well, when not meeting the criteria and stuff, is just when teachers may use pictures for lessons, or even like when we were doing something with poems, or like or a writing assignment, they would copy like a song. Like I remember in my 9th grade English class, we kind of evaluated a song, and she just printed out the lyrics and everything. But I don't know, it's kind of confusing on what policies have been broken and stuff. And also I know some teachers just pull things right off of the internet and just kind of use it in their lessons and stuff, so like with pictures and other information. So those are some examples where some of my educators have broken, I guess, the copyright and fair use laws. And if it's a really big deal, in my personal opinion, I know it is a big deal if you like copyright someone else's use, but as a society, I don't think we treat it really as a big deal in a way, because this happens all the time, I believe, and even in our schools we see it happening all the time, and I just don't think it's really gotten a big attention to it. So to me, I think it's a big deal. I think you should follow the correct policies and everything, especially as an educator, to use another person's work or pictures or anything, and just to follow those guidelines and rules to make it fair use, or if you want to use some other people's stuff. But as a society, I don't think we treat it as a very big deal, so that's what I think. Question 3 asked, how did you score on the fair use quiz from the CSUS EDU website, and what questions surprised you? So after taking the quiz, I scored a 71%. I took it a couple times actually, and this is just my last score that I got, and I think I got like a 76 earlier, but a lot of questions that I thought would be fair use wasn't fair use. For example, which one was it? A student finds a photo online dramatizing a pre-Columbian Viking landing in America, and since the school symbol is the Viking, he uses the photo as a graphic element on the school's webpage, giving credit to the site for which he was copied. So my opinion, I thought, oh, he gave credit to it, it's fine, but it's actually not fair use. So that was one question that surprised me, and another one was, gotta find it, a high school video class produces a student video yearbook that they will sell at the community events to raise money for equipment for the school, and they use well-known popular music clips, and the money all goes to the school, and the songs are fully listed in the credits. This is covered under fair use. So I didn't really pay attention to the money part. I didn't think that was a big deal. I just like, oh, they credited the songs and everything, so they should be fine, and it's not actually covered under fair use. So I read that one, and it says, this is not an instructional use. The fact that the money is being charged is irrelevant, but the problem lies in the use of copyrighted materials for non-instructional purposes. So after reading like why the answer was false, it all kind of makes sense. So those are some questions that surprised me during that quiz, and that's it for this module.